Look, am I live? Let's see. Skipped frames, rendering lag. I think I might be lagging. Can you, so I have one Twitch stream and two YouTube streams. I have a vertical and a wide on Sam Price. You there, Jimmy? Oh, my bad. Okay, so I have two streams going. Can you check them for me? So I have a wide on YouTube and a vertical on YouTube. I just wanted to see if they're coming in clearly or not. I want to make sure if possible. Those tabs are on the right. Wide is good. Okay. Yo. Is Twitch good? And also check their the audio. Make sure audio is good. Am I? Horizontal and vertical is coming in good audio wise on YouTube. But on Twitch, it's not. So so the audio, Jimmy, you're saying the audio is good. He's saying it's bad. Why are you saying it's good? Did you check the audio? Oh, I see that. I'm asking Jimmy a question. I just want to talk to him real quick. Jimmy. Okay. I'm never mind. EMPT, I'm just gonna trust what you're saying. Jimmy's not actually checking. So it sounds like ass. There's something going on, and the audio is like that on all the streams. Or is it just Twitch? The vertical on YouTube is. Can you be specific? What about the vertical on YouTube? Like it's doubled? Okay, let me see if I can fix that. Is my audio now doubled now? That fixed it? That's good now? It's good on all of them, on vertical and there I have. So I'm live on Twitch and I'm live on YouTube. On YouTube, I'm live wide and vertical. Thank you, sir. Okay, so that one issue, I just had to. Okay, understood. I'm just learning how to use it, so I need to get rid of a little audio thing here. We will remove this, and the audio just works the same for both, I guess. All right, audio's still good. Sorted. All right, cool. Current stream bitrate is lower than recommended bitrate. We recommend that you what? Do I need to lower my bitrate for? Hold on. Can I increase my bitrate in real time? I think I can. I cannot. Okay. The bitrate. Recommend that you what? 6,800. Oh, wow. Yeah, I have a really low bit rate. Okay, that's probably because of the two streams. So I might have to end one of the streams before I go. Let's see. Settings. Let me go in the settings real quick. Just check something. And broadcast settings. No bitrate up there. Canvas. Okay, I might need to change the vertical to like 720p. Oh, there's a bitrate right here. That's the audio bitrate. Hold on. Maybe I'll do the horizontal at a lower bitrate. Let's see. Horizontal at 720p. Canvas settings. Oh. I see. Okay, the vertical is going to get lowered to 720p. So you guys. All right. Yo, what's up? Who's here? I see you in the chat. All right, I'm just trying to fix some stuff up. I think we're almost there. All right. Is it over 9,000? It needs to be. Excellent connection. Okay, the connection is now better. Is the stream still coming in okay? It looks like something happened. Oh, no. Something happened to that stream. Okay, hold on. I might have to... Okay. Give me a second here. Vertical. Canvas setting. I think I screwed everything all up. Okay, I think we're back, but the connection's going to be shit, so I might have to end the long form. I might not be able to do that experiment today. For the long, like rating the long form, unless the connection can hold up. I'll try it for a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and just listen. Let me know if you guys can hear this. Can you hear Trump? No. Let me refresh. Is the vertical stream still coming in okay? Can you listen to it? I'm going to refresh it. Everyone's saying no, and I'm not sure what they're saying no to. Oh, can you tell me if you hear Trump? They can't hear him. They're saying they can't hear him. You can hear me, but no Trump. Oh, okay. Hold on. I think I know what that is. I have a different setting here. Ah, okay.
In light of
now they can hear him.
All
right, I got it.
The United Nations,
you guys should be able to hear him now.
Thank
you, guys.
Bias. We have an executive order prepared for your attention.
Thank you, Archie. I appreciate you. I'm going to mute and stream. Let me know if you need me.
Would withdraw the United States from the UNRWA, which is a refugee organization, and would also review American involvement in UNESCO, which has also exhibited anti-American bias. More generally, the executive order calls for a review of American involvement and funding in the UN in light of the wild disparities in levels of funding among different countries that, as you've expressed previously, is deeply unfair to the United States.
So I've always felt that the UN has tremendous potential. It's not living up to that potential right now. It really isn't. Hasn't for a long time. It has.
Yeah, something happened to the screen, didn't it? What the fuck?
But
hold on.
It's not being well run, to be honest. And the job, a lot of these conflicts that we're working on should be settled, or at least we should have some help.
There we go.
We never seem to get help That should be the primary purpose of the UN, the United Nations. And again, it's got great potential, and based on the potential, we'll continue to go along with it, but they got to get their act together.
What would they need to do to get that?
Well, you got to be fair to countries that deserve fairness. They have some countries, as you know, that are outliers, that are very bad, and they're being almost preferred as countries to those that do their job and are doing a good job. And they have to really, they're going to end up losing, a lot of countries are going to end up losing their credibility like other organizations, and then they're going to be nothing. The potential of the United Nations, and not everybody agrees with me on this, the potential of the United Nations is fantastic if properly run. So we'll see what happens.
How much money are you willing to take away from that?
Well, we're taking away a little bit, but we're not looking to take away money. This is so important that we're really, as you know, the United Nations is largely funded by us. But, and it shouldn't be, it should be funded by everybody, but we're disproportionate, as we always seem to be. But it's something that if it ever lived up to the potential, in 10 minutes it would make up the difference. That's the kind of power it could have. Right now it doesn't have that power.
Next, sir, this is a national security presidential memorandum that seeks to impose maximum pressure on the government of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Many of these provisions are similar to actions that your administration took during your first administration. The basic idea
Maximum
here
pressure.
is to have every department and agency, or many departments and agencies in your government attempt to sanction and control Iranian activities, particularly relating to the Iranian nuclear program and the Iranian export of terrorism through support of various proxy groups abroad. And the intent here is to give you all of the possible tools to, I'd say, engage with the Iranian government to ensure that going forward they are less of a malign actor on the world stage.
So this is one that I'm torn about. Everybody wants me to sign it, I'll do that. It's very tough on Iran. It's what we had before. We would have never had the problem. You would have never had October 7th. We would have never had the problem had the election gone a different way, which it should have. But this one, I think, more than made up for it. I think we're doing things, and it shows that more than made up for it, much more historic. The Iran situation, hopefully, I'm going to sign it, but hopefully we're not going to have to use it very much. We will see whether or not we can arrange or work out a deal with Iran, and everybody can live together, and maybe that's possible, and maybe it's not possible. So I'm signing this, and I'm unhappy to do it, but I really have not so much choice because we have to be strong and firm, and I hope that it's not going to have to be used in any great measure at all. It'd be great if we could have a Middle East and maybe a world at total peace. Right now you don't have that. When I left, you had peace all over the world, and now you have the world is blowing up. As you know, Bibi is coming in to see me later. Others are coming in to see me. We'll see what we can do. But I'm signing this, and hopefully it will be a document which won't be very important, will hardly have to be used.
So what kind of deal?
Interesting.
Would you be prepared to
Well,
make
we're going to
with
see. I mean, we're going to see. They cannot have a nuclear weapon. With me, it's very simple. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. We don't want to be tough on Iran. We don't want to be tough on anybody, but they just can't have a nuclear weapon.
How
Mr. President, are you going to engage in conversations with your counterpart in Iran?
I would.
Do you want to block the sale of Iranian oil to other nations?
Well, we have the right to do that, and that's what I did before. And they had no money. They wouldn't have had the money for Hamas or Hezbollah or anybody else. I just, it could have been solved. This thing, it's just, if things went the way they should have, this would have been over long ago. But it's not over.
How close do you think Iran is to developing nuclear weapons?
I think they're close. I think they're close. They're too close.
Too
But
close.
again, you can go back 4 years. I would have said they would have had it during this intervening period.
Thanks.
But they're pretty close, Peter.
And why sit here unhappy to sign it if it's Iran and their proxies who threaten to retaliate against you and your team by killing you guys for taking out Soleimani?
Well, they haven't done that, and that would be a terrible thing for them to do, not because of me. If they did that, they would be obliterated. That'd be the end. I've left instructions. If they do it, they get obliterated.
What?
There won't be anything left. And they shouldn't be able to do it. And Biden should have said that, but he never did. I don't know why, lack of intelligence perhaps. But he never said it. If that happens to a leader, or close to a leader, frankly, if you had other people involved also, you would call for total obliteration of a state that did it. That would include
That's
Iran.
crazy, dude.
So I'm signing this, and it's a very powerful document, but hopefully we're not going to have to use it.
Mr. President, if the Prime Minister today were to ask your help in striking at Iran's nuclear facilities to prevent the kind of progress towards a nuclear weapon, would you give him the green light? Would it, either to do it himself or for the U.S. to participate with him?
I don't know that that's what he's going to be asking for. I have no idea that it is. You're telling me. We're going to have a pretty long meeting. We're going to be discussing a lot of things, not only that, but a lot of things. And I'll let you know if the time comes to let you know, but right now that's not something that I can discuss.
Mr. President, when you said if they do, they get obliterated. Just to be clear, you're talking about if Iran made an attempt on your life.
Yeah. That would be called total obliteration. And I can't imagine they do that. It should have been stated by Biden, but he didn't state it because he had no clue, as you know. As everybody knows.
That's crazy talk, dude.
Do you have anything else?
No, that's all.
My vision for
What relationship with Iran, and would you?
I'd love to have a good relationship with everybody. They can't have a nuclear weapon. That was the only thing that was very important. They can't have a nuclear weapon. Beyond that, it would be very tough if they insist on doing that. They have some of their leadership, I can tell you right now, and maybe you know it, maybe you don't, but there are many people at the top ranks of Iran that do not want to have a nuclear weapon just for that very reason.
Mr. President, what's your reaction to China's retaliatory tariffs?
All right, the 15%.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're going to do very well against China and against everybody else. Right now, they've taken advantage of the Biden administration like I've never seen. I've never seen. The deficit with China is about $1 trillion. Think of it, $1 trillion. They're using our money to build their military. And Biden let that happen. We're taking a lot of fires here. We came back. This is like a different place. The good news is we're doing very well. We're doing well with countries that nobody expected we'd do well with. We are respected again as a nation. Maybe at a level that people haven't seen.
People still hate us, though.
But
Everyone hates the Americans.
When I left, we didn't have any wars. I defeated ISIS, 100% of the ISIS caliphate, and now the world seems to be ready to blow up, but we'll see if we can stop it.
Mr. President, have you reached out with the Iranians about any kind of deal?
Yeah.
Have you reached out with the Iranians about any kind of deal to start those
I wouldn't
discussions?
reach out. I mean, I have nothing. I see. I'm one that doesn't care whether I reach out or they reach out. A lot of people say, "Let them reach out, sir." To me, it doesn't matter. It's just talk. But I want to see everybody do well. I want to see good countries. I want to see peace in the Middle East and elsewhere. We're also working very hard with respect to Russia, Ukraine. That's a bloodbath. It's a total bloodbath. What's going on there is incredible. What's going on with the soldiers.
I'm about to do something. Hopefully it
Young
doesn't crash
soldiers
us.
Being killed by the thousands, literally by the thousands. And we want to see if we can get that stopped. And I think we've had some very good talks.
Speak to President Xi, sir. Any update on when you would speak to President Xi?
No, we'll speak to him at the appropriate time. I'm in no rush.
Trying to see if it'll. There we go. That should help things along.
Itself to the type of freeze that it meant for the tariffs for Canada and
There we go.
What happens? Well, there's a short-term freeze with Mexico, as you know, and with Canada. But they've agreed to be very, very strong on the border, stronger than they ever were by far, by a factor of about 30. And in addition to that, as you can see, we've been strong because we've had numbers like you've never seen before. I mean, the border is now closed, really closed. And with that being said, we're letting good people come through, and we want.
Is the stream still echoey?
Country, but the border is.
Let me know if you guys hear echoes.
Mr. President, with Prime Minister Netanyahu today, do Do you intend to press him about how many deaths there have been amongst Palestinians? Are you concerned about that death?
I talk about that too. You know, both sides mean a lot. I talk about that. I talk about the other side. I talk about everything.
What's your main message to him today during your meeting?
Well, I'm here to listen.
Is the video? So the video is still echoey.
Listen, so.
Will you continue to press?
It's
Will
at
you
the right
continue-
time. I'll give him my
Mr.
message.
President, will you continue to press for this idea that Jordan and Egypt take Palestinians from Gaza?
Yeah, I would like to see Jordan. I'd like to see Egypt take some. Look, the Gaza thing has not worked. It's never worked. And I feel very differently about Gaza than a lot of people. I think they should get a good, fresh, beautiful piece of land, and we.
The video was, but not anymore.
We
We fixed it. Thanks, Flex. You told me something that helped me.
And make it.
With 500 viewers on YouTube, so I want to make sure it's not echoey. Sorry to talk over Trump. I'm going to keep it to a minimum.
They say they don't want to leave.
I don't know how they could want to stay. It's a demolition site. It's a pure demolition site. If we could find the right piece of land or numerous pieces of land and build them some really nice places with plenty of money in the area, that's for sure. I think that would be a lot better than going back to Gaza, which has had just decades and decades of death.
Where would those pieces of land be?
Well,
if
they
those
could
Arab
be in
countries
Jordan,
don't want
and they
to?
could be in Egypt.
This man's
and they
talking
could
real
be in
estate,
other places.
dude.
You could have more than two, more than one, but you could have more than two. And you'd have people living in a place that could be very beautiful and safe and nice. Gaza's been a disaster for decades.
Would the U.S. pay for that?
I don't think
contribute?
I don't
Would the
think
United
the
States
UN would
contribute?
pay, but I think there's plenty of people that would in the area. They have a lot of money. They certainly have a lot of money. Some of the countries over there, they'd like to see it. I know that Saudi Arabia wants to see peace. I can see that. And many of the countries there, as far as I'm concerned, they all want peace. I think, maybe I'm wrong on this, but I think Iran would like to see peace too. They've had enough. Don't you think they've had enough?
But the leaders of Egypt and Jordan have said bluntly they have no interest in doing this.
Well, they may have said that, but a lot of people said things to me. They said they wouldn't take anybody back in Venezuela, and right now they're flying them right back into Venezuela. And a lot of people, and they're doing the right thing in Venezuela. The Panama Canal is an active discussion right now. They said things about that, and virtually everything that's been said has been.
He's so much calmer with the press
stated based on the result.
than he used to be.
Will you be able to return to Gaza?
Wouldn't that amount to forcibly displacing those people from Gaza? If
I
they
don't
say
think
they
so. I
want
think if they had the opportunity, they'd love it. If they had an alternative to Gaza, they have no alternative right now. I mean, they're there because they have no alternative. What do they have? It is a big pile of rubble right now. I mean, have you seen the pictures of it? Have you been there? It's terrible to live. Who can live like that? And
Yeah,
very
that's terrible.
dangerous. There's shooting all over the place.
Yep.
There's bombing all over the place on both sides. No, I would think if they had an option of moving to an area, either in a large group or various smaller groups, and take care of the close to 2 million people, I would think that they would be thrilled to do it. They have no, when you say about the Gaza Strip, they don't have an option.
to be clear, you're saying they'd be thrilled.
very dangerous.
They'd be thrilled to leave Gaza.
Oh, I think they'd love to leave Gaza if they had an option. Right now, they don't have an option. What are they going to do? They have to go back to Gaza. But what is Gaza? There's practically not a building standing, and they're very dangerous. Those buildings are shifting and they're falling down all over the place, and there's gunfire all over. It's going to be that way for a while.
Mr. President,
He's not wrong. That's so true.
While the war was ongoing, rather than now when there's a ceasefire,
Which is what you're talking about.
when it was more dangerous when there were strikes overhead than now.
Well, the strikes could start tomorrow. There's not a lot left to strike.
Exactly.
It's a demolition site. The whole place is demolished. It's
Yeah.
unsafe. It's unsanitary. It's
That's true.
Not a place where people want to live.
Would people be able to
I still think people want to live there though.
They have no
Even though it's fucked
alternative
up.
but to go back.
I
We
still
gave
think they
them
wanna
an
live there.
alternative of living in a beautiful open place with some, nice quarters there, nice housing of sorts, and we have the money in the Middle East to build that.
Do you support Israelis actually moving back and creating set up buildings?
Not necessarily, no. I just support cleaning it up and doing something with it, but it's failed for many decades. and somebody will be sitting here in 10 years or 20 years from now, and they'll be going through the same stuff, the wars. And you know, they've had civilizations on Gaza. Many civilizations.
There we go. Turn
on
Trump
Gaza,
up.
And they're buried in the sand.
Thank you for the volume correction.
Elon Musk, thank you, sir. On Elon Musk, how often are you talking to him? And have there been ideas that he's brought to you that you said, oh no, wait a minute, this is going a little too far?
Well, many ideas, but look, he's done a great job. Look at all the fraud that he's found in this U.S. AID. It's a disaster what the people, radical left lunatics, they have things that nobody would have even believed. The whole thing with $100 million spent on you know what, with money going to all sorts of groups that shouldn't deserve to get any money, with the money. I'd like to see what the kickbacks are. How much money has been kicked back? Who would spend that kind of money to some of the things that you read about and I read about and I see every night in the news and every morning when I read the papers? Who would spend money for that? I would say this, the people that got all that money, are they kicking it back to the people that gave it from government? No, that's, to me, very, very corrupt. The real question is, how much of a kickback has there been? And one of the things I want to investigate rapidly, because I've never seen anything to this extent, the train that's being built between Los Angeles and San Francisco is the worst managed project I think I've ever seen, and I've seen some of the worst. Billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars over budget.
Billions.
In fact, I read where you could take every single person that was going to go on the train and get the finest limousine service in the world. And
I'll be right back.
Back and forth with limousines, and you'd have hundreds of billions of dollars left over. It is the worst thing, and we're going to start an investigation in that because it's not possible. I built for a living, and I build on time, on budget. It's impossible that something could cost that much, and now it's not even going to San Francisco, and it's not going to Los Angeles. They made it much shorter, so now it's at little places way away from San Francisco and way away from Los Angeles. No, we're going to start a big investigation on that because I've never seen anything like it. Nobody has ever seen anything like it. The worst overruns that there have ever been in the history of our country. And it wasn't even necessary. I would have said, you don't buy it. You take an airplane. It costs you $2. It costs you nothing. You take an airplane. But this got started, and if you have to, you drive. You can drive.
Are there other agencies?
They have hundreds of billions of dollars of cost overruns, and it's not even the same project. It's much shorter. It's way outside of San Francisco and way outside of Los Angeles. So we're going to be looking into
Who's
this.
going to investigate that? Is that Doge who's going to investigate the train?
No, I'm doing that myself. No.
Some of these Doge engineers that Elon Musk has helping him are as young as 19 years old.
That's good. They're very smart, though, people.
Hell yeah.
Like you. They're very smart people.
Thank you.
There we go. Good response.
Have you met any of these guys?
No, I haven't seen them. They work actually out of the White House. They're smart people. Unlike what they do in the control towers, where we need smart people. We should use some of them in the control towers where we were putting people
Oh
that were,
boy.
actually
There we go.
intellectually deficient.
The DEI air
One of
towers.
the qualifications is you could be intellectually deficient. No, we need smart people.
We
Some
do,
are
though.
young and
We do,
some
though.
are not young. Some are not young at all. But they found great things. Look at the list of things. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'll read off a list of 15 or 20 things that they found inside of the U.S. AID. It has to be corrupt. Nobody could approve that. They could only approve that if they were getting kickbacks.
Yeah, dude, it's
You're
corrupt as
talking about-
fuck.
You're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars.
And
Yeah.
it sounds like you're going to wind down USAID.
It sounds like it. I mean, I think so. Yeah.
So when that happens, which part of the government?
Well,
will
I
be
could see
responsible
Marco
for paying?
Rubio being in charge, State Department, because they're giving money to. I mean, some of the money is well spent, I guess, but much of it is really fraudulent.
And on the education department, why nominate Linda McMahon to be the education department secretary if you're going to get rid of the education department?
Because I told Linda, I hope you do a great job and put yourself out of a job. I want her to put herself out of a job. Education department. So we're ranked number 40 out of 40 schools, right? We're ranked number 1 in cost per pupil. So we spend more per pupil than any other country in the world. And we're ranked at the bottom of the list. We're ranked very badly. And what I want to do is let the states run schools. I believe strongly in school choice, But in addition to that, I want the states to run schools, and I want Linda to put herself out of a job.
Do you think that's something you can do with an executive order, or are you going to ask Congress to do it?
I would like to be able to. Look, if I could give the schools back to Iowa and Idaho and Indiana and all these places that run properly, there's many of them. I think.
Yeah.
So if you look at the list, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, believe it or not, China's doing very well on that list, a list of well-educated, where they run their school system well. You have a lot of countries, not surprising names. I think that if it's into some of these states that are really well-run states, they would be as good as Denmark and Norway and Sweden and some of the other states. And then you'd have the laggards, and you know who they are. I don't have to go to it, but you'd have the laggards, the same laggards that are laggards with everything else, including crime. Even them, you'll break it into systems. As an example, if you went to New York, you go to Westchester County, you go to Dutchess County, you go to Suffolk and Long Island.
Stream might lag briefly.
Nassau and Long Island. You have maybe 6 or 7 locations, and you have New York City, which would include the 5 boroughs. And I think even that would run much better than it does right now. Same thing with Los Angeles or California. You'd have Riverside. You'd break it up into 6 or 7, but most of them would be states, and you'd have one. Like in Iowa, you give it to the state of Iowa. You give it to the state of Indiana. You give it. These are really well-run states. They don't have debt. They don't have problems. They don't have any crimes, relatively speaking, to speak of. And you would have education.
Apologies for lag. That should clear up now.
Norway and Denmark and various other places that are at the top of the list. So we're at the bottom of the list, and we're the most expensive. We're at the top of the list when it comes to cost per pupil. We spend more money per pupil than any other nation in the world, and yet we're rated number 40. The last ratings came out, you saw them. So they talk about 40 countries. We're rated number 40. And I say that if we did this, we would go 20, 30 notches up. We could do great. And we would have some of the best districts in the world.
But are you looking to do that with an executive order, sir, or do you need to work with Congress?
Well, there are some people that say I could. I think I'd work with Congress. I think we'd have to work with the teachers union, because the teachers union is the only one that's opposed to it. Nobody else would want to hold it back. Look, we have to tell the teachers union, we're rated last in the world in education of the top 40. We're rated last. We were 38. Now we're 40. We went to 39. We went to 40. We're 37. But we're at 40 now. The thing just came out. That's under Biden. Remember that.
Secretary Rubio announced a deal this week that would allow potentially American citizens who are criminals to be put in a different country. Is that something you're looking to do?
No, I didn't know that he announced that yet, but if he did, it's fine, yeah. We have hardened criminals, horrible people. You see them pushing people into subways. The train is coming. Last week, guy walking around, just sees somebody waiting for the train. Train's coming 40 miles an hour, and he gets pushed into the subway. And that happens all the time. These are sick people.
Yeah.
If we could get them out of our country, we have other countries that would take them. It's no different than a prison system, except it would be a lot less expensive.
Hell yeah,
and
dude.
It would be a great deterrent.
I think
Send them
it
to
would
other
be.
countries.
Yeah.
If we could go a step further, in other words, we're talking about getting the criminals out of our country that come in through other countries illegally, right? The illegal migrants, as I call them. Well, we have people that are just as bad as them in our country. If we could get them out, I'd be very happy.
That's interesting. Outsourcing our prison system to another country is crazy.
Well, it's a very small fee compared to what we pay to private prisons.
But under what?
Right.
A very, very small fee. I don't know.
It's
what
always
to find
cost
that
for
legally.
Trump.
I'm
It's always
just
about
saying,
cost.
If we had the legal right
It's cheaper to do it this way.
I would do it in a heartbeat. I don't know if we do or not. We're looking at that right now.
He's looking to
But
see
we
if it's
could
legal.
make deals
Interesting.
Where we'd get these animals out of our country. And if you take the shooters, the people that hit old ladies in the back of the head with a baseball bat when they're not looking and walk down the street, the people that you see it, the people that take out a gun and shoot you for no reason at all. If we could get these animals out of our country and put them in a different country under the supervision of somebody that made a relatively small fee to maintain these people.
It's cheaper. Oh my
Because
God.
You know what? These are criminals. You call them hardened criminals. They've been in jail 40 times. There's one 42 times, and every time the person gets out, it's a he. Every time he gets out, he commits another crime within 24 hours, and it's a heinous crime. It's a rough crime. We don't want these people in our country either.
That's gnarly.
We don't want them in our country.
You have an update on
We had the option,
That's crazy,
we had
dude.
the option to get them out and let them be based in some other country at a fraction of the cost. And frankly, they could keep them because these people are never going to be
keep
any good.
them.
That
Oh my
person
God.
That has been arrested 42 times or 22 times or 17 times and is all in for manslaughter and everything else and only gets out because of a very weak judicial system that only goes after people like Trump. They don't go after the criminals. They don't
Oh
go
my
after
God.
people like this.
We're gonna
And
get
they laugh
4
at our
years of
law.
this.
If that took place, you would have a lot less crime automatically.
So, sir, you're exploring whether to allow this? On Guantanamo Bay, is
Bro.
there space there to accommodate?
There's a lot of space to accommodate a lot of people, yeah, so we're going to use it.
Oh my
We have
God.
it. It's already up. We have it for nothing. But we can do less expensive and even more secure. We've had other countries come to us saying, we would love to do that. We would love to take your criminals and we'll maintain that. We'll be in
And this
their
is
jail. And I'm
the
only
president
talking
of
for
El
the most
Salvador,
severe
right?
Cases like I watched that guy on tape pushing the man into the subway last week. That man that did that is a real bad guy. Many arrests. And do you think you're going to convince him someday to be good and a wonderful citizen for our country? It's never going to happen. I want to get those people out. I'd love to get them out along with the illegal migrants. The migrants are rough, but we have some bad ones too. I'd like to get them out. It would be all subject to the laws of our land, and we're looking at that to see what we can do.
What
Mr.
other
President?
countries have offered to take American citizens
Say
and
it.
deport? What other countries have offered to take these American citizens?
Numerous,
and deport?
many.
you
And
list
Marco brought it up today. I'm glad he did.
He's not answering. He's just saying a bunch of them. That's so
Because a lot
funny.
of people are thinking it. When I
He
watch
never
some of
answers
the crimes
questions. It's
being
so funny. I
committed
love
in
it.
New York City and Chicago.
Don't
Look at
lag.
Chicago, the volume of crime that they have and the viciousness of the crime. These people are horrible people. And if somebody thinks they're going to be wonderful citizens someday, they're wrong. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. They're bad. These are hard, tough criminals. In many cases, they're crazy. They're absolutely crazy. But they're very dangerous. If I could get them out of the country and be in some other country where they're glad to have them because they make a small fee compared to what we pay to a private prison or to, put them in one of our prisons that cost even
Cost.
more
It's
money.
always cost,
I
bro.
think it
It's
would be great. I'd love to get them the hell out of our country.
For cheap.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Let's get him out of our country for cheap. Bro, it's so funny.
Thank you.
I don't want to say, but there's a certain quarterback that seems to be a pretty good winner.
And just last one, because you mentioned it many times. What do you think about Joe Biden signing on with a talent agency?
You got to be kidding. He signed on with a talent agency?
He does. He's got some entertainment agents now.
I think he's got bigger problems than that. I really do. I think he's got much bigger problems than that, but I wish him well. We inherited a mess. This place is a mess, but it's quickly being solved, the problem. We're going to make America great again. Thank you very much.
All right, guys, let's go. Thanks, guys.
All right, there. We showed it to you all. Once again, President Trump inside of the Oval Office signing some executive orders
Bro,
and memos and really
Trump
lot
is a
to
live
unpack
streamer. He does this every day. He goes live. He's been going live every day, just talking. He signs some shit and he talks to the press, answers some questions, and then he fucks off and does Trump shit. He's talking every day. We didn't get any Trump talk, any Biden talking to us every day.
He's here to see me, and I'm here to
People are saying bro, he's old. It's yeah, he's old as fuck, but look, he's talking to us. He's listening to the questions. He's deciding if he wants to answer them honestly or not, or clearly or not, and then answering them after having an actual thought of what he needs to say. It's
never worked.
Trump is a streamer, bro. He's streaming every
I
day.
feel very differently about Gaza than
Trump's a
lot of
streamer. If
people.
Trump live, I'm live. All right, subscribe, motherfuckers. Like the stream. If Trump's live, I'm live.
And make it nice and make
Did you guys forget he told you he was going to give you total transparency? I mean, they can't give total transparency, even just legally, they can't.
to stay. It's a demolition site.
But
It's a pure demolition site. If we could find
he's definitely talking to us a lot more. Yes, thank you, Michael. Thanks for coming over to Twitch. Appreciate you.
in the area, that's for think that would be a lot better than.
I don't think Biden spoke to us even every month. He didn't. Yeah, he really didn't talk to us. He wasn't here. And I think like people, it's as simple as that, dude. I don't care what side it is, even if it's like if the Democrats win, if they just have somebody that's like talking to us and telling us what's going on, that I would appreciate that. I would at least like, and then I could just decide if I believe them or not, right? But at least they're talking to us. So I think even lefties can appreciate at least the guy is talking. He's telling us what he's trying to do. Trump Twitch channel. He did get unbanned from Twitch.
Certainly have a lot of money. Some of the countries over there that'd like to see it. I know that Saudi Arabia wants to see peace.
How's the price of eggs? I don't know. I know it's up, right? How much did you just buy eggs? How much was it? $7.50 for a carton of eggs. 12 of them. Yeah, $7.50 for a carton of eggs. That's pretty expensive. Like usually a couple bucks, right? Yeah. So yeah, the eggs are more expensive. I wonder if do the eggs matter? Wasn't there a big recall? The chickens were sick. Oh, there's a big recall where they're sick. Oh, but then so there's a shortage because chickens were sick. So people are using that as a way to say, to argue that, haha, see, everything's more expensive with Trump, even though it was something, a recall. I'll have to look into the news. I'm just saying this based off of what Brittany said.
I mean, they have no alternative. What
do
they have? It is a big.
Oh, maybe that was just for Seattle when you were there.
Right now, I mean, have you seen the pictures of it? Have you been there?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked into it. Bird flu.
And very dangerous.
Eggs here in Florida, $3.69. Yeah, I guess it just kind of depends where you're at. Eggs are up there, but that's mainly because Biden offed 100 million chickens due to bird flu last year. Oh, interesting. Yeah, you see, so like when something like that happens, it's always interesting. Like one side has their argument, another side has theirs, and there's like you cannot convince the other side with anything. Because each side is more locked in on being the opposing side. It's like it's happening. It's so crazy, right? Like,
practically not a building standing.
there's like a fucking what's it called? There's like a. It's like I don't know. It's just a stupid ass war that people have. You know, like people will just fucking. They don't care about what the facts are. They only care if it works for them or not. It's so crazy, whether it's pro-Trump or against Trump. An example would be like with the tariffs thing that's going on, right? So like the argument, for example, with Canada. So the argument on the left is like, well, it was already in place, right? And the argument on the right is fucking Canada folded. But the truth is somewhere more in the middle, and Canada did fold a little bit, but also it was in place. But those tariffs were like, or those, you know, all those things that they were going to do were going to take over a span of 5 years and not within 30 days. So the tariffs sped up the plans to happen in 30 days instead of 5 years. So the truth is somewhere in the middle, but like the left, they don't care about that. They just want to say, no, the plans were always there, and they will ignore the fact that there's additional things on top of the original plans that Trump got, and it's happening faster, right? And then the right is just going to be like, Trump owned fucking Canada. And there's no in between of like, well, it's a little bit somewhere in the middle. That's where the truth is, because that doesn't like strengthen any side's argument over the other. So they like fucking put their fingers in their ear and they go, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I only care about my position. And it's annoying. And I see that a lot in the chat. There's like wackos. They fucking, they don't care. They'll be like, I don't know. They're just ridiculous. So yeah, the truth is usually somewhere more in the middle. And that's what I want to talk about on this channel is like kind of like where is the actual truth and not, you know, digging my heels in on a side and to try and own the other side. That's so stupid. I don't care which side that comes from, my side or the opposing side. It's not to own the other side. We're just, what we're doing here is trying to understand what's going on through, I don't know, we're just normal people and we're just kind of talking about it. I'm not trying to tell anybody what to think. Just think whatever the fuck you want, bro. Like that's I want to hear what you guys think. I think that a lot of you guys, like there was some really good opinions last time I went live. that I hadn't even thought of that I was reading in the chat, and I was like, damn, dude, that's a really good point. One point somebody made was Trump puts tariffs on Canada. Bad for the economy for U.S. The U.S. is destroyed. Canada puts tariffs on Trump or on United States. Good for their economy. You know, and it's just like, wait, I thought tariffs were bad. So it's only good if it's for the guy you like and bad for the guy you don't like. Got it. Stuff like that. That's so stupid to think, right? And it was such a good point someone made in the chat I'd never even considered. And I was like, that's literally what they're doing. So, I don't know. I mean, like I didn't think about that. Someone said it in the chat. So if you guys have something to say, fucking say it and I'll read it. And if it makes sense to me, the thing is I'm not trying to like pick a side and win. I don't care about that. All I care about is understanding. The only thing I care about is understanding. So like, I'll change my mind on shit. You know, I'm not trying to like win. I'm trying to understand what's real. That's the only thing I care about. And I don't care about trying to convince nobody else what to think, because that's fucking, I don't care. Think whatever you want. Like, I don't even care in the first place. Other people care what other people think, and that's their fucking problem, bro. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You can think whatever you want. We could talk. You tell me what you think. I'll understand you. You know, let me understand what you have to say. I can agree or disagree, but more than agreeing or disagreeing with you, I prefer to just understand. That's all I care about. Is I just want to understand. You guys will think what you want, you know, through your own journey in life. Why did people even vote for Trump? I think one reason a lot of people voted for Trump, there's a lot of reasons why people voted for Trump, but I think one of the big reasons that's very general, if we could pick like one of the many general reasons, is they wanted to feel like we can fix things. You know, they wanted to feel like we can turn our economy around. They want to feel they want to see a bright light at the end of the tunnel of somewhere to go, because it's been feeling like we've been failing. So people want to feel like we're not failing. And I really just think that Trump, for a lot of people, makes them feel like we're not going to fail. At least enough people to get him elected. You know, there's a lot of people that feel the exact fucking opposite of that. I get it. But the people that voted for him, that put him in power, I think generally they're looking for someone to help make things better. And Trump is their answer for people that voted for Trump to make things better. That's why. So to answer your question, I think it's that. I don't think we can blame any president for bird flu, especially when it's a mass amount of chickens having it. Right, yeah, that's like a side picking thing, right? So people on the right are going to point at that problem and say it's caused by the left, and the left is going to say it's caused by the right. It's just a fucking... So there's always two different ways to see how people are arguing about things. You just have to understand what their motivations are. It makes me less upset with them, and just kind of see what it is that they're doing and understanding it. So like all these politicians, they always layer their arguments with bullshit. They always do that, right? So even Trump does it. He's getting really good at it because he wasn't doing it as much before. He's doing it way more now. It's like a marketing tactic almost with politics and how you get people to agree with you. It's really weird, but yeah, it's this thing. Both sides do it, right? They use it as a weapon so they can try and win, and then that shit rolls downhill, and all us normal people that have literally nothing to do with it all fight each other over these things. It's so funny. We all fight each other over these things that like are all layers of bullshit that are way up top of the hill that both sides are rolling down, right? And then we're all getting caught up in it. And the best thing we can do is take a step the fuck back and realize what's happening with that stuff. And it's a lot I get a whole lot less upset when I just take a step back and I just see how absurd it is, right? Don't get lured in. That's what I say. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Yeah, that's right, Gonzo. Scary, incompetent, man. I think that's foolish. You know, I think that's foolish. A lot of people that think Trump is dumb, what you end up doing is you're the guy in like the movie that is the villain, not the villain. Let's just say it's anybody. You're the guy in the story of a movie or whatever that underestimates the other guy, and then you get fucking beat up, right? That's what happens. So if you think Trump is stupid, then you're just underestimating him, and it's not making you as competitive as you could be. If you don't underestimate Trump as someone, if you oppose Trump and you don't underestimate him, then you're going to have a better time being competitive because you're not underestimating the guy. It's when you underestimate the guy is when you're just losing. Like, okay, so I think that's what helped him win both times. I think he was underestimated both times that he won. And I think that that's a mistake. And if lefties want to be more competitive, don't think that he's some stupid guy, right? You have to understand that this guy knows what he's doing. You can think that he's greedy. Sure, you could think those types of things, and I think those things are true. He is a greedy person. He's a greedy businessman. He embraces that. He's very, very unapologetically a greedy businessman. Yes, that is true. That's a truth. Saying that he's stupid is not true. The guy's not stupid. And if you think that, I mean, that's stupid. It's foolish. It's foolish, and it makes you less competitive against people on the right, because now you're just underestimating your opponent. That's a fatal mistake. So, just saying. Definitely a cult. I mean, see, that's the other thing, right? Like, so I think that there is levels of cult with like MAGA. It is actually cringe as fuck. I see so many, like, as somebody who I like Trump. That's my stance. There's a lot of these like really crazy MAGA guys though that like anything Trump says is like Jesus fucking said it, and that does exist, but it's not all of us. And if you think that it's all of us, once again, someone like me, where I'm not culted up. Anything retarded, I'm going to say that it's retarded. Since I'm not culted up, now you're just underestimating people like me. I'm intelligent and I have my worldviews, and now you're not being competitive against me because you think I'm some fucking retard. And if you keep thinking that, then it makes you less competitive. You don't underestimate the opposing side, right? And I don't underestimate how clever people are on the opposing side from us. I don't. I think that it's important not to underestimate the opponent. And this is me talking to you guys. Like, I think that a lot of, if there's a lot more respect for each other on the intelligence that people have on both sides of this argument of politics and stuff, I think that if we respect the intelligence of people a little bit more, we'll have less clashing, because everyone thinks that the other side is so stupid, right? And the reality is that everyone is equally as stupid. That's the reality. We're all just as stupid as the other side. If we realize that and tone things down a little bit, right, I think we could talk about things a little bit easier. We got some super chats. 149 super chat from Welch's Grapes. Oh, I got to set up a new alerts thing. Thank you very much. And we also got a $5 super chat from Sir Carnage. Says people need to stop being so divisive and come back to agreeing to disagree and work together. That's what I'm an advocate for. There's been too much me versus you for so long. I'm an advocate for this. Yes, I'm hearting this. I'm liking this comment. This Sir Carnage. That's facts. That's what I'm all about, bro. So now, the thing that's tough is when I'm trying to convince righties of this. As a righty, they just see the fucking lefties as the enemy, right? And it's even harder when I'm trying to talk to a lefty because they just see me as the enemy. It's only the most like fucking normal, like rational people that literally don't give a fuck if someone has a different political view. And if I could like give any type, like it's so liberating in life to be able to do this. It's like a superpower. Trust me. Literally stop giving a shit what someone else's politics are. Literally stop giving a fuck what someone else's politics are. It doesn't matter. It's a superpower, dude. You'll be way happier if you stop giving a shit. You're way happier. I promise you. The only time it matters is when someone's a fucking asshole about it. They have their worldview and they're an asshole about it, whether a lefty or a righty. That's when someone's being a fucking problem. And that's not helpful. It gets us nowhere. That's facts. I'm telling you, okay? That's straight up facts. It's facts. When someone is an asshole about their views, then that's the fucking problem. That's not good. And I'm just talking normal, regular person world shit, okay? Fuck all these fucking like people that are like big fucking leaders or whatever. I'm just talking ground level, bro. Your fellow human beings. The world is so much easier when you don't give a fuck what someone else's politics are.
We've had other countries come to us saying we would love
I know I'm
to do
right.
that. We would love to.
Because I'm living that life. I don't give a fuck what other people's politics are, and I get along with so many people. It's better that way. Impressive numbers on your shorts, man. Keep going. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. There are many reasons as to why people voted for him, with the main one being the border. Yes, that's it. A lot of people, immigration is an issue, and he knew that, and that's why they would ask him, like, what's your stance on fucking this? Like, what's your stance on the gun, fucking, what's it called? Gun laws, right? Some gun laws thing. And then he would just immediately start talking. They're flooding in from the south, right? From Mexico. They're criminals. He just kept repeating it because it was marketing. It's crazy how much marketing is involved in elections and power as well. It is, I'm absolutely like mind blown by how much marketing there is. And it's mind blowing how little people are realizing the marketing that's happening on them. I think it's because most people are so like numb to all the marketing around you in your everyday life, right? So people, like, a lot of people don't realize, like, a lot of that was straight up marketing. That was really good marketing from Trump. At first, I was like, why does he keep just bringing that up? But then I came to realize, I'm like, because they know that is an important issue to Americans. And if you just keep saying it, they could say blah, 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 whatever, Trump's the worst. And then he could be like, the immigrants, or the fucking illegals or whatever. You could just keep saying that. And then that's what people hear, because that's what matters to people. And when it comes to this guy or that guy, and you fill in the bubble, they pick the guy that's going to do the thing that matters in their brain. It's really good marketing. Before it was $5 super chat from nobody. It says, before it was the wacky, out of touch Illuminati cult Dems. Now it's the God King racially motivated Trump lovers. They both exist. I am pro Trump, but there is the cult of Trump. It exists. The thing that bothers me is when, like, anyone that voted for Trump is like cult MAGA, right? And it's like, well, you lose, like, you lose the focus on what's real when you do that.
All right, there. We
Oh.
showed it to you all. Once again, President Trump inside of the Oval Office signing some executive orders and
outliers.
Trump is live every single day. If he's live, I'm live. So if you guys are liking this, you want to talk about this type of stuff, you want to talk to somebody who doesn't just see you as the fucking enemy, whether you're the enemy is the people getting rich off of making you scared and angry. That's the enemy. The enemy are the people that they're shouting and they're getting a big following, making everyone scared and angry, whether they're a lefty or a righty. If they're getting rich doing that, that's the problem. What we need to do is bring it back down to a normal person fucking world where you go outside and you look people in the fucking eyes and talk to them. That's what, like, the internet has separated that. The news and everything, everyone is so removed. It's like everyone is two different fucking people. There's when you go outside, and then there's when everyone logs onto their computers or their phones and they go on the internet. And it's like everyone has like split personalities, bro. And I'm just like trying to be like, well, can we just be like the normal real world people, but on the internet? You know, can we do that? And that's what I'm about here. I'm not trying to tell anybody what to think, bro. I'm just like on the ground in the fucking neighborhood right now, looking at all my neighbors outside, right? And like, I know, like, there's a righty, there's a lefty, there's a righty, there's a righty, right? Like, I know who they are, and we all celebrate 4th of July and drink. They're all old grandmas and grandpas and stuff. I'm the young one. I don't know, like, nobody gives a fuck about any of that, and we just hang out. We don't care. Everyone has like votes what they vote for, and then it's just normal everyday world out there. I want to bring that into this chat. We have a $5 super chat from Alien Organism. Says, I'm not right or left. I just want my country to be safe and secure, make common sense, common again, and decrease misinformation with common knowledge. I'm all about that, bro. And one thing I'll always say is I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, so don't take any facts from me. All right. When we're watching these things, I'm saying, I don't know. I'm not sure, bro. I don't like the whole tariffs thing, right? Like, it sounds good, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if it fucking works or not. It's kind of scary. I'm honestly, personally, as a righty, I'm like, dude, like, who knows? That could all go blow up in our fucking face, dude. I don't know enough about it to like strongly say, yeah, Trump tariffs. I can say that I think it's funny and interesting watching the world. If it is not working, I could sit there and still watch it and be interested in watching it. But I don't know. So I don't know, dude. We have $20 super chat. It says from Mr. Taskmaster, says if somebody married for 20 years to a gay man, if somebody's married for 20 years to a gay man, I'm sick and tired of every single person that identified as transgender. I cannot stand single one of zero. All you done is created hate. Or wait, what?
Right now, it doesn't have that power.
Next, sir, this is
I don't understand this comment. If somebody married to, what are we talking about? What are you saying? If somebody married for 20 years to a gay man, I'm sick and tired every single person that identified as a dude. This holy fucking run-on sentence, bro. I don't. Stop giving a fuck. Who cares, dude? Who cares? Let them be transgender. Who gives a fuck? If they're being an asshole to you about it, then fucking make a big stink. Be like, fuck off. I don't care. Get out of my fucking face. Like, tell them that. Like, if they won't, if someone's being a problem, but it's usually not the case. The militant transgender people or militant transgender supporter people are all on Twitter just trying to cause a fight. In the real world, when you're outside, it's fucking normal. They're just normal people. It's the internet ones. It's the internet ones that are pissing you off. The normal ones in the real world that aren't fucking trying to get a million views on fucking, virtual signaling and shit like that, bro. Like, those guys are annoying. There's normal people that are trans that are out in the world living their fucking life, bro. You need to let it go. That's my opinion. My wife is more lefty. See, $5 super chat from Sir Carner says, my wife is more lefty and I'm more right, and we've been happily married since 2016 and get along famously. If we can do it, y'all can too. Yeah, because it doesn't matter. It's everyone's worldview is their own worldview, right? Even this guy that's like all worried about the transgenders or whatever, bro. They're not coming to get you, bro. You'll be all right. Are there some militant assholes online? Yeah, there's a bunch of them. They're just trying to cause a fight and get you all riled up, bro. And it's working. They're literally doing it to you on purpose. There's people that are pro-trans, and all they want to do is they're more pro-fighting online than they are pro-trans. They're actually not even pro-trans. They just want to fight, and they're super annoying. And what we do is we see them doing that, and then we like blanket all of them that way. And that's not the way it really is. It's just a bunch of fucking people that want to fight on the internet. There's people that care more about trans stuff, and they're not online fighting all the time. They're going out and just like being a good person and showing people that they're just a normal fucking person, bro. Mr. Taskmaster, $2 super chat says, yeah, the ABC company does not do it right. The ABC company. We're talking Disney? ABC company? I'm not sure. Huh? Oh. So what do you think about how Elon Musk is now a cabinet member now? My opinion on that, and I know a lot of people don't like Elon Musk, and I get it. He's an eccentric billionaire, and it's hard to like those guys sometimes. But I think that he's actually really good at exactly what he's doing right now. Like, this is like his fucking element, is going in and optimizing. So you can think whatever you want. I'm just thinking of pure function, right? Take all the personality and set it aside. Pure function. He's going to go in and he's going to optimize the government like he would a company. Literally look at how he did SpaceX, right? So he took the problem. The way SpaceX even was built was based off of this very simple mentality that he has that works really good. And this is not something that just Elon Musk does. This is a very common trait that many people do that are very effective. And it's a common trait that anyone can develop. And it's take the problem and go down to its simplest level, and take a step back, and you start from the ground up with solving the problem. And don't try and solve it with a bunch of cheat codes of things from before, but try and solve it just fresh from the ground up. For example, the problem with old-fashioned rockets was that they were very expensive. The problem with space and getting getting payload into orbit is the expense. There's a cost per pound, essentially, or even per ounce. And famously, it was like $10,000 per ounce or something like that to get things lifted off into orbit with our earlier engines. What's the problem from a business perspective, Elon Musk's perspective? Cost. How do we solve cost? First of all, let's make the rockets better so they're not one-time use, because that's where a lot of that cost comes from. Because first you see, okay, why is it so expensive? And you look at it and you see where the actual cost is on the sheet. You can see the cost is these rockets that have to get built new every time. What's one way we do things in business to reduce costs? Make things reusable. It's a very simple thing. We've done it in so many different industries over hundreds of years, thousands of years. Okay, make things reusable and more durable and more dependable. That's optimizing. So we designed reusable rockets. That was SpaceX. That's Elon Musk. That's the way he thinks. If you look at the original engines they built to achieve these too, and like the new engines, the Raptor engines, right? You'll see like this crazy feat of engineering. Elon Musk didn't design it, but it's based off of his direction of like how they should optimize. He led optimization efforts to make the engine better. He is going to take the same skill sets that are real. These are real things. You could think whatever you want about Elon Musk, but he has results to back it up. Okay? I'm a results guy. I don't give a fuck about anything other than results. Results. He has results. He continues to get results. He continues to do well with these ventures, right? And the way he solves problems. So since based off of the results of other way, the things that he's designed to or led the efforts of designing to optimize, right? How like electric cars, they have 80% less moving parts. That is super optimized. Now the energy to generate the electricity is basically like the same, or it's very negligible difference between just regular fossil fuels and stuff, but that will improve over time. The bet is a good bet and it's optimized. It's just optimizing. He's like autistic or something. And we're gonna put this autistic guy to sit and look at how much money we're spending on dumb shit and stop all of it. The Department of Government Efficiency is like one of the greatest things that have ever happened. I'm serious, because it's going to make us stop spending money on dumb shit and optimize. Over time, it's going to get bloated again, right? And then maybe, or unless we can have some systems that keep it cleaned up, optimized forever, right? It's like programming. I don't know. I just think about it from that perspective personally. So that is my opinion on Doge. Somebody asked, and I think that it's going to be a good thing.
Have you reached out to the Iranians about any kind of deal to start those discussions?
See, we have another $20 super chat. It says, I see they want to ruin my life with what they do, and it pisses me off. Dude, there's people. All right, so listen, he's talking about transgenders. Transgenders are not coming after you trying to ruin your life. Okay? There are transgenders they get way too upset if people don't like them because they're trans. And do I believe that someone has to like a trans person? No, I don't. You don't have to fucking like anyone you don't want to like, bro. I don't care. All right? Should you like go out of your way to be a fucking asshole and be hateful to them? No, dude. Leave them the fuck alone. If someone's leaving you alone, leave them the fuck alone. If someone gets in your face, then stand up for yourself. It's that fucking simple. Whether they're trans or not, I don't give a fuck. Okay? But no one's coming to get you. No one's trying to ruin your life, dude. All right? Not you specifically. All right? Are there fucking people going online that are trans or pro-trans and they just want to fight all day? Yeah. And those people are, the value of their threat level is 0. There's no threat from them because they're stupid. They literally, like, all they want to do is fight on Reddit and Twitter all day. And Facebook. That's literally it, dude. All they want to do is fight all day. They don't matter. So you don't think about them in any way. The thing that's important, I think, for a lot of people that think this way about trans people, right, is like, all you need to do is meet somebody that's trans that is a normal fucking person. And like, you know, like, what if you meet a righty trans? They exist. There's a bunch of them. They're really quiet because they'll get fucking yelled at by all the other ones. They exist. They see the world and it makes fucking sense to them to have more righty ideals. They don't agree with the way the right sees trans, but they agree with like economics of things because they're not fucking retarded. There's people that aren't retarded that are trans. There's people that are retarded that are trans. There's people that are retarded that are anything. Don't let the retarded ones of any group make all of them that way for you. That's just all I'm trying to say. Just be reasonable. As a righty, be more reasonable with it. There's good people and bad people in any fucking group, dude.
Habitable and enjoyable and make it a home.
So you want Elon Musk and Ford 20-year engineers to be in control of entire government funds? Yeah, I think that they're going to come in there with zero fucking bias and just come in and purely optimize. And it's actually the deficit is going to improve significantly. Watch, it's actually going to work. See, so you're sensationalizing it, right? And you're making it sound scary. You're trying to scare people and make them mad. Somebody got through to you, because I've seen that talking point from so many people, right? And it's like somebody said that, and because you don't like Elon Musk, you're letting that affect you. And if you take all of your opinions of these people and set them aside and only look at the functions of what they are doing, right? Never before have we had anyone audit the entire fucking government and what we're spending money on. Like, I don't think that's ever really happened like this. That we need that. That's a good thing. And it should be people that aren't biased. They're not compromised. You need people to come in there that aren't compromised. I think having some young, smart dudes looking through everything, they're probably designing really smart systems to go through everything very quickly and accurately. That's probably what they're doing. And it's ruthlessly, with no bias or attachment to anyone, just looking at the problems and purely focusing on optimization. I think it's a great team. They're smart kids. Let them do it. Everyone's like, they're not old enough. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not that. Like, what? The only thing that matters is function and results. Function and results, bro. And yeah, I'll take. You could think that, but results are going to speak for themselves. That one I feel pretty confidently in. If I had to bet on the success of Doge, I would bet on it 100%. I've bet on Elon Musk before, right? It was actually an interesting story. So when Elon Musk was joking about buying Twitter, there's this one guy that I was following. I don't remember his name anymore, but I don't know how I followed him. But he was a big anti-Elon Musk guy, and he would not shut the fuck up about anti-Elon Musk stuff to an absurd degree. Like, literally, his entire existence was complaining about Elon Musk. And it's like, I think he stopped because I think he like took a step back and just looked at his entire Twitter timeline. And he's like, holy shit, he's right. Because it's literally the only thing he would talk about. But he put out a bet. He's like, I will bet anyone $100 that Elon Musk is not going to buy Twitter. And he said this after Elon Musk did the SEC filings to actually purchase Twitter, which is not some simple little thing. It's a big, expensive, annoying action, right? And because of that big, expensive, annoying action, it signaled to me, holy shit, he's actually doing this. So I took that bet, and then I said, hey, let's up it to $500. Right? And he was like, $500, and then it goes to a charity of your choice. And I say, fuck that. No, I want the $500 for me. You give me the $500. You bet me $500 that Trump's gonna. And then it kept going back and forth, and he kept giving me, because it looked like it wasn't gonna go through. There was this big long drama of, is he gonna buy it? Is he not gonna buy it? I'm sure a lot of you guys remember. And every time it looked like he wasn't gonna buy it, he'd be like, looks like you're gonna be $500. You ended up owing me $500, and he gave me the $500. So he actually did pay it. And then he complained about Elon Musk for like another 6 months, and then he stopped. I think he realized that he's absurd for just making his entire identity hating a person. It's so stupid. All right, $20 super chat from Mr. Taskmaster. Says, I'm only speaking purely from experience. I adore the people that are transgender as well as the gays and the others. I only want you all to be happy. I think this is the way. Whether someone's trans or not, if someone gets in your face and they're trying to cause a problem, fucking stand up for yourself. I don't care who it is. But if someone maybe you disagree with their life choices, maybe they are a trans person. That's what they've followed through with in their life. And maybe you fundamentally disagree with that, which is okay. You don't have to agree with it. I'm not saying you have to. You don't have to like them. You don't have to agree with them. You don't have to anything. You don't have to do that with anybody in this whole fucking world. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about that. What you need to do is, if someone is not being a problem causer, leave them alone. They're not getting in your face. Don't get in their face. That's all I say. That's what I say. Right? And I more go as far as like, like I know I have like trans friends and acquaintances, and I only interact with those people because they're not fucking annoying. They're just normal, dude. They're just normal. There was one trans friend that I had that I stopped being friends with because she's fucking weird. That's it. I didn't like her. I didn't like her as a person. I didn't like her. But I have other trans friends. I do like them as a person. So I don't know. I just see the world that way. Do I like somebody or not? If I don't like somebody, I won't surround myself with them. And being trans or not for me isn't enough of something to judge if I like somebody or not. There's other things that matter more to me than that. I don't give a fuck. And if somebody looks like a girl, I'll call them a girl. If somebody is identifying a girl as a girl, but they look like a guy, I'll call them a guy until they say don't do that, and then I just won't because I don't even want to fight. But if someone looks like a guy, I'm gonna call them a guy, whether they're trans or not. Yeah, that's just the way it goes. So I mean, I don't know. I'm just super I'm fucking normal, dude. I feel like the way I'm seeing it is so much just normal and not so extreme. There's no there's so much not give a fuck in the way I see things. I hope Trump will increase pay for the military. $2 super chat for Greggy. Fuck, dude. Shit. I mean, they don't get paid much. I was in the Marines. I got paid $500 every week. No. I made $750 every 2 weeks. Something like that. I made like dog shit. I made dog shit money when I was in the Marines. $50 super chat from Mr. Taskmaster. Says, I want you to do a pickle shot of straight pickle juice, please. Do we have pickle? I'll do that. Fuck yeah, let's do it. Hell yeah, dude. I'll do that. Thank you for not getting mad at me for challenging your transgender fucking angriness. I think that there's no reason to be scared and angry with them unless somebody gets in your fucking faces and is being an asshole. I don't know. It's just, that's the way I see it. I think I make sense. I do think I make sense. Stan Price, I made the pickup scrap at a construction site. What? I made that pickup scrap at a, oh shit. Heavy J says he made the pickup scrap at the construction site in LA. Don't have any problems with trans people. I just don't think our government should be spending millions of dollars on our money on stupid things. I agree with that too. Yeah. Yeah, I think that like trans people are not like fucking descendants of slaves and stuff like that. Like the whole like the rights movement for them. I really do think that they're trying to they're taking things a little bit too far, and people don't actually they don't care. People don't care that much. People care when someone's being an asshole and taking things too far. That's only when people are trying to take things too far that people start to care. Leave people alone. They don't give a fuck. We don't have any? Oh, no, we don't have any. Fuck. What else we got? I'll do some hot sauce. There we go. Here's some Cholula. I have some Cholula. I got you. Here we go. I ain't got no pickle juice, bro. No pickles. We need to get some pickles. Pickles are good. Pickle juice helps with cramps. Yeah, it's the salt water. It's very salty. It's salt, water, and vinegar. That's it. Salt, water, and vinegar. That's really what it is. The stuff that comes from the cucumber is just more water.
So we're ranked number 40 out of 40 schools, right? We're ranked number 1.
It's good. It says, ooh,
so we spend more
it's vinegary.
than any other country in the world, and we're ranked at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, Cholula hot sauce. Very delicious. Imported from Mexico. Bro, the tariff's gonna make this shit expensive. No, not my Cholula hot sauce. It's gonna be twice as much. Not my hot sauce and my eggs. How about crayons? I ate them all already. The trans topic as a whole is weird. It's a topic that is perpetuated by fear made by right-wing politicians. Trans people want to exist in a very small blah 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 blah. Bro, it's perpetuated by both fucking sides, and pretending that it's not is whack as fuck. All right, let's be honest with ourselves. There are militant people that don't like trans shit, and they're like absurd online. And there's militant people that are pro-trans, and all they do is defend. You know, there's that joke on Family Guy, right? Like there's a trans woman. She sits at the bar and starts watching hardcore porn. on her phone. And then the bartender comes over and says, sorry, you can't watch hardcore porn at the bar. And then the trans person says, oh, I'm trans. And then the bartender says, oh, my bad. Do whatever the fuck you want. Okay, let's not pretend that that's not fucking real. It's ridiculous on both sides. There's normal people that don't give a fuck on the right about trans people, and there's normal trans people and trans supporter people. And then there's everyone that's extreme on both sides that all they want to do is fight. Don't be that guy. Don't be the guy that just wants to I mean, if you know what? If you want, go ahead. Go be that fucking guy. Go fucking spend all your time arguing about it forever. Go ahead. Knock yourself out, dude. It's fucking stupid, though. I look down on that. A lot of people do. Everyone looks down on the guy that just fucking fights all the time. It's cringe. So if you want to go be cringe, fucking spend your whole life fighting online with strangers that you'll never see, then go ahead. Most people don't care. There's pro-trans and there's people that just don't care. It's not about fighting all the time. Yeah. If you think tariffs have been active for haven't been active for 150 years, you're wrong. Facts, not derogatory, not insulting. It's kind of it's an antagonistic comment. I mean, I'm on the right, and I don't know much about tariffs, so I don't fucking know. But I could see the function of your comment is to make somebody mad. That's all you're trying to do, right? MAGA Nation. It's culty. It's culty. You don't have to be MAGA Nation. You can support Trump and not like fucking just believe everything he says. You challenge shit. It's okay. You could like support Trump. You could have voted for Trump. You can want Trump to do a good job, and you still challenge some things that don't make sense to you. Not everything he does is going to make sense. I mean, unless you just don't care. You don't, like if he says it, you just follow it. That's culty, right? I think it's good to question some things. I think it's good to question your own side, bro. Like I'm a righty. I question the fuck out of my side all the time, and I criticize all you wackos that are like extra baggage for our side. Both sides, the left and the right, would be so much better off without all the extreme wackos on their side. If that baggage got fucking dropped the fuck off and it was just everyone else that's left, then it'll just be normal, rational, calmer people. There's all these extreme, super emotional, super in battle mode people on both sides, and they're locked in. Their whole lives are absorbed in it. It's cringe. It's cringe. Those people are cringe, and they try so hard to represent us too. They want everyone to think that we're just like them, and we ain't, dude. We're fucking normal. We don't care as much as you. We're just living life, sharing this space with everybody. So yeah, just saying, like, if we get rid of that crazy shit, bro, and we question our own sides more, then and we get less angry with the other side because they fucking have different worldview. Life is better. Life is good. It's a good way to do things. Based, yes, I'm based on that. It's 100%, man. Just like we need to. It makes your side better. Whether you're a lefty or righty, it makes your side better to question the things that are stupid about your side. Don't just fucking fall into it. They do it on both sides, man. People just fall into it because they just want to win. Oh, there's these really extreme people on both sides, and they draw it. They actually do. They siphon the normal people into their side and their bullshit, right? They siphon them in. They sit there and they suck up all the opinions, or they suck up all these people that had just like normal, like rational, more grounded opinions, maybe misguided sometimes, but just very good. They have good intentions, you know, they're good people, they want what's best for people, they mean well, and then they get sucked into this extreme shit, whether it's lefty culty shit or righty culty shit, and it's a war. Both sides are trying to suck in as many normal people to their fucking fight as they possibly can, and so many of us get caught up into that shit on like Facebook and Reddit and Twitter, right? And we just sit there and like, you don't have to comment, but you do. You know, and it accomplishes nothing. And then like, you know, I've been there, I've done it. You know, those Facebook arguments or Reddit arguments or whatever, and then you're just going back and forth with some idiot, right? And the only thing that matters is you just keep arguing forever and ever. And the only way somebody wins is if the other person gives up. Like, why? It's so easy for us to get caught up into that, man. You just take a step back and realize how little it matters, and just stop trying to convince everyone else what to think, and just understand them. Even if you disagree, just understand where they're coming from. It makes you less mad at them. It's so much easier. I'd rather not be mad at people that I think are thinking differently. Imagine you had to pay every comment on Reddit and Facebook. I mean, then everyone would just go somewhere free. You know, I've thought about that. Just like, it's kind of a silly thing, because then someone will just make one that's free and put ads on it, and then make billions and billions of dollars. You know, so yeah, like the only way that it would go locked down like that is if there's like a private place, but it always fades away. The free part of it is a big ad. You know. I don't alter facts simply because others don't agree. I have integrity in what I say. Yeah, but you don't have to convince someone else to think the same way as you. That's the only thing, right? So there's a certain amount of, like, you could stand firm on what you believe, but you can stop spending so much effort in trying to make someone else be different. You could just leave them alone. You can, and if one thing that really helps is when you're talking to someone else that has the respect to understand you. Maybe they disagree with you, but they give you enough respect to understand where you're coming from, and I could see why you feel that way, right? I don't agree with you, but I see why you feel that way. It feels good to receive that from somebody, and it makes them less the enemy to you, and they're just a person that's listening to you, which feels good. And you can be that for others, and you can disarm people that way. You kind of disarm them, and then you can just kind of talk to them, see what they think. Just don't try and convince them what they're supposed to think. Nobody likes to be told what to think. And that is like, it's so important that both sides understand this, right? So there's reasons why people think certain things. There's reasons why, and you can understand it. You can take the time to understand why they think that way. You don't have to agree. You can just understand. At the end of the day, we're all the stars of the we're all Stardust. That's right. $2 super chat for Mr. Taskmaster. At the end of the day, we are Stardust. Yes, we are. That's it. At the end of the day, I like that. Fuck both sides. They're both brainwashed. There's the extreme sides. Yeah, a lot of them. Unless they're getting rich, then they're just hustling. Right? They're hustling, making money off of everyone's fear and anger. I think that that's really a big cause of the reason why everything is so problematic right now. It's people that make money off of bro, dude. Trump was live. Let's see, what we got going on. Anything else? We have a rally. If Trump goes live, I'll be live. Let's see, how long have I been live? I've been live an hour and a half. Wow, it feels like I've been live longer. That's crazy how long I've been live. That's really crazy. Hey guys, I'm actually I'm going to end the stream here. Let's see. Another super chat. $4.99 super chat. Do you find it odd the insights of psychology are not more used to explain societal divisions and address our core misunderstandings of one another? You know what? I think that people are just not like people are really simple. Oh my god, shut up, dude. I can't stand her. Oh my god, bro. Pocahontas. I'm all about the Pocahontas thing. I can't believe she lied about her fucking heritage, dude. That's cringe. But I think that people don't. People are really simple, and it's not like all of the information is there, dude. All of the information is there for people to get to understand others and all this type of stuff. And I think that people choose not to because it feels good. I really think it's that simple. I think people are, kind of simple with the way they want to see the world and feel things and stuff like that. And it's really basic to the point where I think that it feels good to fight over it instead. It's more interesting. I think it kind of boils down to that from a big. You look at everyone like they're all cells, right? And they all have there's patterns in the cell behavior and shit. I think the pattern is people like to fight. They like it. It feels good. It feels good to have an opponent and beat them. You know? The problem is people are too lazy to look for the facts. Yeah. Well, can you fault them though? Because people are busy. We got shit we want to go do, bro. I want to go play fucking PlayStation. I want to play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. You know? Like, and that's just, they just want to enjoy themselves. And looking up facts and all this stuff takes time and energy, and it's annoying. And I don't fault them. I really don't, dude. It's better to just, instead of faulting them, understand it. You can never, like, okay, I have a Discord, right? You guys should join it. You should join that Discord. I have a Discord, and there's a bunch of rules in there. If people always join the Discord, and then my mods get frustrated because they're like, they never read the rules. And I always tell the mods, like, did you fucking read the rules? You know, I'm in like 100 Discords. I didn't read the rules to any of them. I did not read any of the I cannot be bothered with it. I don't care. I just wanted to go in there and peep around or whatever, or maybe there's something I was looking for. I'm not going to sit there and like study the fucking rules before I interact in a Discord. I'm just going to skip that shit and go interact in the goddamn Discord. And since I'm going to do that, I'm not going to expect anyone else to do that either. It's so human, right? It's so human. Oh my God. Bro, Elon Musk is is Satan to these people. It's crazy.
We are here to fight back.
Oh my God, dude. That is so screechy. But no, it's crazy. Like, I don't think that she actually believes any of this, to be honest. I think these people are just playing a game. They're just playing the game of politics. Honestly, I think that she is just stuck on a side and they're at war because they're at war and one side's the enemy to them. And then what she's trying to do is get everyone riled up. She's trying to get everyone riled up to make everyone see Elon Musk as the enemy. This is problematic. This is problematic. Like, this is what causes everyone to divide right here. It's literally this type of shit right here. Like, yeah, there's just screeching there. The problem, we must fight. We must dismantle.
Musk is seizing the power that belongs to the American people. We are here to fight back.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's divisive language. Let's fight back. Bro, they're just optimizing the government. They're optimizing it, and people are going to follow it. Crazy. All right, I got to get out of here. I have some more work I got to do. Well, this was a crazy ass stream. Thank you guys for showing up. I wanted to test out some stuff. We had 93,000 people show up to this stream on YouTube. So I got to get out of here, guys. It was a lot of fun. I'll be back soon, probably tomorrow. Let's keep an eye out. Subscribe. Keep up to date. If Trump is live, I'm